What's up, everybody? Man, it has been a minute. I missed you guys. I'm Jason Hall with Ride Detroit and Electric Avenue Bikes. So much has been going on around here. It's not like we have been neglecting you guys, but it's just hard to do tours, service, sales, and reviews. But we haven't forgot about you. And we were excited because we were waiting on new product to come in. And we got some 2023 stuff that I have been honestly waiting for quite a while. So this is how we're going to start this video out. A wise man told me years ago that if you're looking at a hybrid bike, look at yourself as sort of a scale, okay? One side being the mountain bike side of things, the other side being kind of the road bike side of things. So if you're looking for a hybrid, you're thinking you want something in the middle. But now what's cool is Trek has come up with a couple of bikes that can help you kind of pick a direction that'll help you kind of go where you might want to go further on the other end of hybrid things. So today we're going to talk about the Dual Sport Plus. So if we're looking at that scale and then hybrid would be right down the middle, we would maybe start going towards the mountain bike side of things, okay? I'm not suggesting that once again you off-road on this, but let's keep it real. There's a certain geometry and a type of bike that a lot of people are used to, okay? They look at a bike and they think this is what a bike is supposed to look like. And one of those things is that mountain bike geometry. People are used to having that flat bar and sort of being down like this. And I tell you what, in an urban environment, it actually works perfectly. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have the 2023 Dual Sport Plus. What they've done is already taken one of their most popular bikes and turned it into an e-bike version. And what I love about this movement that Trek is also doing, and I'm sure other companies are, but I can only talk about the ones that I know right now. But what I love that Trek is doing is they're kind of catering to people that don't have all these technical needs, which is kind of outside of Trek's box. Usually Trek is carbon frame, committed stance. But now they're looking at the consumer and they're saying, all right, guys, not everybody cares technically about having a huge battery and being able to go 1,000 miles and go all this stuff. They're looking at people now that simply want to commute in a way that is fast and they can get to where they're going. All right. So what I love about the Dual Sport is there's actually not a lot of bells and whistles when it comes to this bike. Not saying that you can't add stuff, because whenever they make a bike, they always give you the ability to add accessories. But what they give you is really what you need right out of the box. So once again, when you look at the Dual Sport, you're seeing that geometry that we talked about, that everybody's sort of familiar with, the flat bar, not too committed like a mountain bike, but your arms are wide enough that it's not gonna make you feel like you're sore or anything when you're riding. It's pretty basic in the sense that it comes with a nice wide tire that's gonna give you comfort, 9 speeds, it comes with a light kit, once again kind of giving you what you need, but still giving you the ability to add stuff if you wanted to. One of the biggest upgrades is the internal battery on these things. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, why would they go with a smaller battery? Let's talk about this once again. Not everybody who rides an e-bike is out to ride 100 miles. Some people live within 10 miles, 20 miles of work, and they just wanna extend their range. So what they do is they buy this bike, nice 250 watt motor, not a lot going on, 35 miles of total range on this. You've got 3 levels of assistance. But what's even cooler about this is they give you the ability to extend your range with range extender. So if you wanted to go ahead and get a unit that sits right on the top of here, that would double your output. So you're going from 35 to 70. So if you are that person, just say you buy a Dual Sport, and I'm gonna tell you what happens a lot of times with e-bikes is people buy them and they don't know that what's gonna happen is they're gonna wanna go further faster. So they buy a bike and they say, okay, it's got 35 miles of range. And then after a couple months, they wanna go further. So now, instead of trading in your bike, buying a new bike, or worrying about another battery, you can just purchase the range extender. Once again, voila to Trek. You know, you guys are doing it good, really meeting the consumer in that place. And another thing is, let's keep it real. I live in an inner city. So when you hide the battery like that, it just gives you a little bit of an edge against that bike thief. Because, you know, usually a bike thief is looking for a more expensive bike, so they might be looking for a battery. If you look at this bike, it literally looks like a standard bike. If you didn't know what to look for, you wouldn't know. You would just think this was a gear shifter. You wouldn't even think it was electric. So I think that's a big key. And then style. Let's just keep it real. Some people want their bikes to look good, okay? People think exterior batteries look ugly. This takes care of all of that. So you've got style taken care of. And one of the most important things that I haven't talked about is the weight of this bike. Okay, the average e-bike, they say these days is coming in around 48 to almost 50 pounds per bike. Believe it or not, this bike is almost 10 pounds lighter than that. So anybody who's concerned with carrying it upstairs or putting it on a bike rack, they are addressing that issue by bringing down the weight on this thing. Once again, kudos to Trek for really accommodating the consumer and giving them what they need. There's not too much more to say about this thing. 9 speeds on it. I am excited to get out on this bike because this is a new thing for me. Usually I'm riding a heavier, bigger bike. I'm excited to see what a lighter, more nimble bike feels like that they're making. So everybody, check out the Dual Sport Plus. We're gonna give you another review of another bike coming up, sort of out of this line called the FX Plus. So stay tuned for that, and I'll explain where that fits on this scale in a second. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Once again, Jason Hall with Ride Detroit. Check us out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit like. And if you have any suggestions, or leave those in the comments, because a lot of the stuff that we do comes from you guys. All right? Thanks again. See you guys soon.